So we're now going to hear from Margaret Wilmot, who is the profile poet for South 66. Over to you, Margaret.
Thank you. The part one started with a poem about a mother who was a painter, and I'm starting this part of our session with a poem about my father, who was a painter all of his life. My father is seated on a small cloud. He is wearing the dark cords and blue shirt from a late painting called Pygmalion, and he is chuckling as he watches us discuss a small work entitled, for some reason in my mother's hand, Navajo Still Life. Chuckling with pleasure as a man he trusts examines his work with interest. The conservator is trying to make out the recipe on the back of the painting. Reads, gum acacia, linseed oil, and smiles as he turns the canvas board right side up again. That explains a lot. On his cloud, my father chuckles at the irony of things. He knows so much now, all his life's learning, and a new dimension too, telescoped together, and he can't share it. Here we are in a high workshop above the Courtauld, talking about the look of the paint he mixed in 1944, when he and my mother and their small baby were in Arizona for a stint of war work at a telegraph station there. His legs dangle from his cloud. He'd like to jump down and join in. The chemistry behind the look of a surface is fascinating, but all he can do is chuckle. The next poem is about my parents. It's not very hard. It's not very easy to be an artist and support a family, and it's not very easy to be the wife of an artist trying to do this. So my parents' marriage didn't last. But in this poem, it's come back again. The 21:55 to your destination has been cancelled. But a train hurtles slowly onto the platform, with a battered-looking engine freshly tarted up under a coat of blue paint, and ancient carriages lit by small old-fashioned lamps with fringed lampshades. A train out of a more gracious time, when the carriages had names, Jessica, Victoria, implying, who knows, personalities. Someone winks through lampshade lashes. I stop chewing my egg and cress sandwich and stare. This must be a ghost train. These are ghosts getting on. I stash the other sandwich half in my bag, tempted to see how it feels being a ghost, and find my parents ensconced in their comfortable seats. In this giant pocket of time, they love each other again, and love this lark, us all ghosts together, on a train with a dining car. We order, never mind the time, a full English breakfast, porridge, kippers, mushrooms, the works. And then, to have time to enjoy it, take tickets on for Glasgow, then more, Fort William. We're sorry for the delay. And the last poem, which I'm going to read, is about a real place in Norway, where my son has lived for the last 10 years. For a while, we would go to a small island off a smaller island, no, off a larger island, halfway up Norway, to work with the eider ducks in that season. The two islands were closely associated, or have been for many years, with the eider duck down collecting. Another birthday for Venka. On her birthday, I select the cup with eider ducks she sent after our days on the island together, counting eggs and picking up the plastic, which lodges among the rocks in every guise, from bits of fertilizer bag to the skeleton of a chair. Litter, which fetches up like the bad news battering our shores, laws, politics, on airwaves washing us in war, plague, drought, despair. The currents lifting and sifting, smacking, splashing. And in one wide sweep, another ill-placed nest slips away. Otters, skuas, blackback gulls. It's amazing any eggs hatch at all. Yet somehow there's still survival. Even under a driftwood plank, 5 tiny wagtails, a few hours old, are cheeping, wide-beaked cheeping. Thank you.
Thank you, Margaret.